The phone vibrated against the marble table like an accusation. Sunlight, sea air, my first vacation in 9 years, and his voice, sharp, panicked, cruel, cut straight through it. "We don't need lazy people, you're fired." No greeting, no explanation, just power, badly worn. I didn't interrupt him. I didn't defend myself. I didn't remind him that I'd built half the systems keeping his company alive. I let him finish shouting, then replied softly, almost politely. "Understood." I placed the phone face down, lifted my glass. The man sitting beside me watched me with interest, not sympathy. He had been listening the whole time. He made an offer. I nodded. The real chaos had already begun. I gave that company everything that mattered, not overtime or loyalty slogans, actual pieces of myself. I joined when we were small, hungry, paranoid about survival. I wrote the frameworks no one else wanted, fixed disasters no one else understood. I stayed when others left. I covered mistakes that weren't mine. I made my boss look brilliant in rooms he didn't belong in. He used to call me his insurance policy. I believed that was respect. The day he became CEO, he shook my hand too hard and said, "We did this together." I noticed he said "I" when reporters asked questions. I noticed my name slowly stopped appearing on internal decks. I noticed promotions went to louder, younger men who stayed late but built nothing. I noticed everything. Betrayal is rarely sudden. It's a pattern you ignore because admitting it hurts more than enduring it. Until the call. I didn't cry. I didn't rage. I didn't even feel surprised. What I felt was clarity. The offer the man beside me made was simple. His firm had been circling our industry for years, waiting for weakness. He wanted insight. I had it. He wanted leverage. I'd helped design it. I told him I needed 48 hours. He smiled. "You won't." I didn't. Back home, I didn't clear my desk. I didn't send angry emails. I followed the plan I'd quietly written years ago, the one you write when you realize trust is temporary and contracts are not. I accessed nothing illegally. I touched nothing I didn't already own. The retirement trust had been my idea. Long-term stability, employee confidence, a tax-efficient structure. I'd insisted on specific clauses, voting rights, activation thresholds, emergency governance triggers. Everyone signed. No one read past page 30. Why would they? I was the quiet one, the safe one. I spent the weekend executing steps that took months to design. Notices sent, conditions met, rights activated. By Sunday night, the trust controlled 76% of the voting power. By Monday morning, the board was calling an emergency meeting. The agenda was one line long. I joined the meeting remotely, camera on, neutral expression. I watched faces cycle through confusion, irritation, then fear as the legal counsel finished speaking. My former boss stared at the screen like it had betrayed him personally. "You're fired," he said again, weaker this time. "You don't work here." I leaned forward slightly. "That's correct," I said. "I don't." I let silence do the rest. Then I spoke, calmly, evenly, explained the trust, the clauses, the activation, the vote. Each word landed like a controlled detonation. He tried to interrupt me. The chair cut him off. The vote passed unanimously. He was removed as CEO, effective immediately. Security escorted him out of his own office while the board thanked me for my continued commitment to stability. I logged off before they could ask what came next. The fallout was exquisite in its precision. His golden parachute vanished under a morality clause he'd insisted on adding for others. His reputation fractured as partners learned he'd tried to fire the company's largest stakeholder over a vacation. The press loved the irony. So did regulators. The man from the terrace kept his word. My consulting contract with his firm was announced quietly, lucrative, strategic, untouchable. I watched my former boss on television a week later, insisting there had been a misunderstanding. There hadn't. I don't believe in revenge driven by anger. Anger is sloppy, loud, temporary. I believe in preparation. I believe in patience disguised as loyalty. I believe in letting people underestimate you until it becomes fatal. That vacation ended with another drink raised, this time alone. I didn't toast success. I toasted silence, the kind that comes after everything has been said and nothing needs to be explained. They thought I was lazy because I stopped performing exhaustion for them. They thought I was replaceable because I didn't demand credit. They thought firing me would be simple because they never imagined I'd planned for it. They were wrong. And I don't lose sleep over that anymore.